What is up, everybody? Young vet back at it. Like I told you, it's been a while. I'm sorry. But I did tell you I'd be back with some updates. Finally. So now they're here. So, big question, what's going on with vet? New carrier. Our last carrier I was at was pneumatic tanker out of Tennessee. What happened? I made a mistake. I used very poor judgment, and now I'm with a new carrier. Who was that? Western Express. So, if you don't know Western Express, they do dry van, they do flatbed, and they do have some differences from most of the other companies, and I'm gonna kind of go on that right now. I don't have very specific information because I didn't come on as a company driver. So if there's specific questions you have, and I know you'll have some like pay and stuff like that, just hit me up and I will get the answers for you. I've been trying to reach out to recruiters, and a couple of the recruiters are acting like they don't want to give me no answers. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk to you. They don't want to give out information and you take the business from them. I guess, I don't know. But anyway. So Western Express has their main terminal based out of Nashville, Tennessee. They've got a few other terminals. I think they got one in Virginia. They've got one in Bethlehem, PA. And then they got another lot somewhere. And I believe they got one in Texas, too. I don't want to tell no lie, though. Like I said, they do dry van. They do flatbed. They do our main training inside Nashville. But due to... If you know anything about it, a few weeks ago about a month ago, we had a bad tornado rip through Tennessee, and it pretty much leveled the whole main terminal in Nashville. But they still have training, they still have orientation and stuff like that. That's still going on. So that's not a huge issue, I don't think. And if it is, I'll be sure to let you know. Orientation is about 2-3 days long. 4, 5 at the most. It depends. You do your typical stuff. You're gonna come in. You're gonna do your on Monday. I think they have Monday and Wednesday. You can come in and do your drug test, and you're gonna do your. They got some safety tests you have to do online, like your little safety classes or whatever, little safety quizzes. You gotta do those, and then do your physical if you need it. And I tell you right now. 2 main things you're going to have. They're going to ask you to bring 2 sources of identification. 2 different ones. Make sure that you bring them, because I only brought one, and it wasn't because I did. It's like I left it at home, but I didn't know where. And so, I had to track it down and get it sent to me. And if you don't have those 2 sources of identification when you go, they might give you a day or so if you can stall them and tell them like you left it at home or something like that and get it overnighted. But if you can't, they're just going to send you home. You have to come back when you get it. I had to go out with a trainer. I was what they call a second chance hire because of technically I had a safety termination. So they took me on. When you're a safety termination, they require you to do 240 hours of training. If you come in out of school or with a little experience, I think it's around 190 hours. It depends. They kind of fill it out and let the trainer kind of guide them on that. If the trainer says you're good at like 150, 170, they'll let you come in a little early and test out. But if not, then you've got to do the whole time. The one thing that got me was an orientation. You don't get orientation pay. So you heard it here first. You don't get orientation pay or any type of compensation monetarily. In training, what they advertise is that you can make up to $400 per day or per week, while you're training. What they don't exactly tell you, unless you ask specifically, and maybe they'll tell you, but they didn't tell me. My trainer told me, you will have to do 7 days. You basically get paid like some kind of per diem amount or something like that on the slick. they don't give you like so much per day that equals out to 400 per week. You have to work all 7 days that week and drive all 7 days in order to get the 400, and then they tax the 400. So it's not even 400. It's like 370 or something like that, around 380. If you work 5 days like I did every other week, my trainer went home every other week. So in the weeks he went home, my check was like 300 minus taxes. So it was like 298. So if you come into Western Express, you got bills and stuff like that or whatever, you know, don't get your hopes up think you're going to get $400, $500, $600 a week for training. That's not going to happen. The hotel you stay in is not, it's not terrible, but it ain't great. I have been in worse. They do provide breakfast in the morning time. You do have roommates. You will have to bunk up with somebody. Even if they go on to go out with a trainer or they get in their own truck and leave or whatever, they're going to stick somebody else right back in that room with you. They regroup everybody like every day. They pick you up. They have shuttles that go back and forth like all day long. So you just have to time it out and follow the bus schedule, or it'll be a pain trying to get on there because they take drivers everywhere. You know, airport, drug testing facility, back and forth to the hotel, all that stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to go off of memory here. When you go to orientation, they're going to put you all in a group together when you get there. But then they're going to give you colored bracelets, and each bracelet represents what you're there for, whether it be, I think, whether you're training, company driver, lease driver, you'll get certain bracelets according to the colors, and that's how you'll go about your orientation. They'll give you a class schedule, and it's broken up by which band you have on your wrist. Like the carnival bands that you wear, you know, when you go to the carnival or whatever, stuff like that. The trucks that they have, from what I've seen so far, I've seen a few of the older Pro Stars. I've seen like the 2016s, I guess. I think they're about the 2016s. But I've only seen a few. And I've seen the new Pro Stars, like 2018s and up. And I've seen Volvos. They've got like 2017, 2018 Volvos, and 2019 Volvos. So, as I was saying, I didn't come on as a company driver, so it's kind of hard for me to really explain. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what to expect if you come. I'm doing a lease purchase, and I've just started. I'm only about a month in, so as I progress through it, after about 2 months, I'll start going over like my statements and what I've been going through and stuff like that. They're real heavy on the Northeast and running the East Coast. That's where a lot of their freight lanes are at, is from like North and South Carolina up to Maine, Connecticut, New York, New Hampshire, all in that area. You run a lot of that, and if you want it, it's there. If you're trying to go anywhere past Tennessee, like around the Nashville area, you're going to have to do flatbed, because after that, they don't go no farther west than around the Nashville area with dry van. That's one of the reasons I'm doing lease, is because I live near Nashville, and the best way for them to get me home is for me to be in dry van, but dry van don't do much that way, so I'm leasing, and they work me in however. But you know, that's what they tell me, so that's what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure it's for the lease. They told me that just to get me leasing. But it's whatever. They do have a heavy recruitment on the lease. I don't take that as a good thing. You know how that go. So it is a high turnover, I'm assuming. I see a lot of people in these lease trucks. And in orientation, you'll see it too. I'm going to do a part 2 to this video. I just want to get some information out there, let you know where I'm at, what's going on. I will do another video and let you know exactly how it's going as far as loads, home time, and how my truck is holding up so far. But other than that, for right now, that's all I got. So everybody be safe, be blessed, and I hope y'all have a good time out here. Try and stay safe, try and stay sanitized. Please, don't need nobody getting sick out here. For real. Peace.